In his book, Holy Sweat, Tim Hansel tells of a friend who was asked back to his 40-year high school reunion. For months, he had saved to take his wife back to the place and the people that he had left 4 decades ago. The closer the time came for the reunion, the more excited he became, thinking of all the wonderful stories that he would hear about, the changes and the accomplishments his old friends would tell him. One night before he left, he even pulled out his old yearbooks, read the silly statements, the good wishes for the future that students write to each other. He wondered what old number 86 from football had done, and he wondered if others had encountered this Christ who had changed him so profoundly. The day came to leave, and Tim drove them to the airport. Their energy was contagious. Tim said, "I'll pick you up on Sunday night, and you can tell me all about it. Have a great time." Sunday evening arrived, and as he watched them get off the plane, his friend seemed almost despondent. He almost didn't want to ask, but he finally said, "Well, how was the reunion?" "Tim, it was one of the saddest experiences of my life." More than a little surprised, Tim replied, "Well, good grief, what happened?" It wasn't what happened, but what didn't happen. It's been 40 years. 40 years, Tim, and they haven't changed. They had simply gained weight, changed clothes, gotten jobs, but they hadn't really changed. And what I experienced maybe was one of the most tragic things I could ever imagine about life. For reasons I can't fully understand, it seems as though some people choose not to change. There was a long silence as they walked back to the car, even longer on the drive back home. He finally turned to Tim and said, "I never want that to be said of me. Life is too precious, too sacred, too important. If you ever see me go stagnant like that, I hope you give me a quick, swift kick where I need it. For Christ's sake, Tim, I hope you'll love me enough to challenge me to keep growing." Rabbi Zusia years ago had said, "In the world to come, I will not be asked, 'Why were you not Moses?' I will be asked, 'Why were you not Zusia?'" The problem is how to be the person we were meant to be. We all need people who have been given permission, who can speak into our life, who can ask us any question, can broach any subject, because we know they love us and they want God's best for us. May I ask you today, who do you have in your life that loves you enough to ask you the hard questions, to spur you on to growth and to change? Just a thought.